Welcome back! So we're going to learn a song in the next video, and in this video we're going to learn the notes for that song. I only have one thing to say before we get into it. Your brain is a lot smarter than your muscles. You might watch this video, understand everything that I'm saying, and still have a lot of trouble playing a very simple piece. That is only because you're new to it. We need to physically practice our instruments so that our muscles can learn to do these new things. Because if you have no prior experience playing violin, this sort of thing is not something your body knows how to do. So you need to give it time to learn. That means that you need to practice, and you need to be very patient with yourself when you practice. So before you play any piece on your instrument, check to make sure that your strings are in tune. So remember, the lowest string is G, the next one's D, the next one's A, and the final string is E. Today we will only need one string, and that is the D string. So make sure that the pitch of your D string matches mine. You should have your violin with your shoulder rest or your sponge to get your instrument into playing position. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. Look up slightly. Bring your instrument into your left shoulder slightly from above. Nudge it gently into your neck and give a little nod. You're still supporting the instrument a bit with your left hand, but this should more or less be a comfortable playing position right now. And we're going to add one thing. Since we're not using the bow today, you're going to take your right hand, you're going to give me a thumbs up, and you're going to find the edge of the fingerboard right here. You're going to put your thumb under it, that way you can do this, and with your pointer finger, you're going to pluck the string. Try to pluck more with the fleshy part of your finger rather than the tip. So that's if I pluck with the fleshier part. And that's the very tip. It's a little too harsh of a sound. And go ahead and find the D string and pluck the string. When we play a string and none of our fingers are down, we say that we're playing an open string. So our first note then is open D. And then you're going to take the pointer finger on your left hand and then go ahead and have it hovering just above the D string, and then let gravity bring your finger down. It doesn't matter where on the D string, wherever you are, go ahead and pluck. So maybe it sounds like this. Or... So that's basically how we play a note. We're not really pressing down, it's more letting gravity do the work and the finger comes down on the string. So instead of musicians saying use your pointer finger or your middle finger, we actually assign numbers to the fingers. So for violinists, our left pointer finger is finger number 1, our middle finger is finger number 2, our ring finger is finger number 3, and the pinky is finger number 4. The thumb does not get a number because it doesn't really do anything on the violin. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the note that we're going to try to play with our first finger is E. My first finger right now is maybe about an inch away from the peg box. This note is E. Now, I don't want anyone trying to measure their instrument. You have to be able to hear whether or not it's in tune, which is something that's going to get better with practice. Go ahead and either try to match my pitch or use a tuner to help you find the note E. And about an inch away from E, we're going to take our middle finger and place it down on the string as well. This note is F sharp. So go ahead and play open D, no fingers down. You can still keep your hand nearby. And then E, first finger. And F sharp is a second finger. You can keep your first finger down or just barely hovering above the string. So open D is 0. E is 1, F sharp is 2, and then right next to F sharp we have G, which we play with finger number 3. I'm gonna get close up here. 0, 1, 2, 3. Now notice with fingers 2 and 3 that they are literally next to each other. The fingers are actually touching while they're on the fingerboard. Hopefully you're a little bit familiar with music theory. When our fingers are spaced like 1 and 2, E and F sharp, they are a whole step away. And when they're right next to each other, literally touching like F sharp and G, they're a half step away. The difference between whole steps and half steps is going to be so important when you play violin. Unfortunately, we don't have frets that help us play in tune, so we need to know the spacing between our fingers. So get used to playing those notes. Use your tuning app to help you. It'll tell you what note you're playing. And in the next video, we're going to learn a song using these 4 notes. See you then.